Hello Year 8, it's Mr Crunkhorn here and I'm going to talk to you about GCSE history. We begin Year 9 with a topic called Medicine Through Time, where we look at the development of medicine and medical knowledge from the year 1250 through to the present day. 4 pictures on that slide from each of those time periods. So for the medieval period, we've got a urine wheel in the top left there, where a doctor might choose to diagnose your illness from the colour, smell and even the taste of your urine. We've got an extract in the bottom left-hand corner from the Renaissance period from a book called The Fabric of the Human Body by a brilliant anatomist known as Andreas Vesalius. In the top right, we've got our local connection from the early modern period, Florence Nightingale, who grew up in the village of Lee near Cromford. She completely changed hospital care and turned nursing into the valued profession that it is today. In terms of the modern period, we look at the development of antibiotics, we look at cancer care, and we look at the role of the NHS. Our key areas of focus for the Medicine Through Time course are here. We look at the beliefs about the cause of disease, from miasma, meaning bad smells, through to our knowledge that it's caused by germs. We have case studies of certain diseases. We look at the role of individuals. Francis Crick just appeared down there. We look at the role of government and religion in healthcare, ranging from public health, that's a typical 19th century town. If we take Leeds, which isn't that far away, then the average life expectancy for you in Leeds at this point would be about 17 years old. We focus on the role of the NHS. Hugely significant today, of course. And then finally we look at the development of surgery, pre-anaesthetic, pre-antiseptic, all the way through to modern surgery today. To finish the medicine course, we look at the impact World War I had on medicine. It's only a 15-lesson section of the course and we focus upon weaponry really briefly. We look at the illnesses and injuries caused by this conflict. We focus on how the wounded were evacuated from the battlefield. We look at the treatment provided and how that developed and improved during World War I. And finally, we also look at the important role played by women. Our next key topic area is Elizabethan England between the years 1558 and 1588. We look at the 7 key problems Elizabeth faced, ranging from massive debt, war with France and a country torn apart by religion. We focus on the revolts she faced, how much of a threat they were and how she overcame them. We look at foreign relations, particularly relations with Spain, and how we eventually defeated the greatest invasion fleet of the age. We also focus upon society. We look at leisure activities from bear baiting to the theatre to music, singing and dancing. We look at education during this period. What was it like? Who could gain an education? And finally we look at exploration, the exploits of people like Francis Drake, for example. Our next topic is the American West. This focuses upon the development of the US between 1836 and 1895. This topic covers the lifestyle of the Plains Indians, their relationships with each other and with nature. We'll look at migration from the east to west, so why white Americans moved inland. We'll look at who settled on the Great Plains, the homesteaders, the cattlemen, the cowboys, and the conflict that existed between those two groups. And we finish off by looking at the conflict between the settlers and the Plains Indians themselves, and the orchestrated campaign by the US government to wipe the Plains Indians out. Our final unit looks at Germany between the years 1918 and 1939. I do want to emphasise it doesn't look at World War I or World War II. So we begin by looking at the impact of defeat on Germany, the new Germany that results from that, the new political system, and we look at literature, architecture and the theatre during this period and how that changes. We look at who voted for the Nazis, why they voted for them. We look at the creation of the Nazi dictatorship, new laws that were passed, the secret police, indoctrination and who opposed the Nazis and why. And interestingly, many of the opponents were not a great deal older than you. We look at living under Nazi rule, the experience of children, women, workers and minority groups. So why choose history? Obviously, I'm hoping that you're going to choose history because those topics interest you, but we also need to think about the skills that you gain. And while the skills that you gain from history might not necessarily be job specific, they do allow students to pursue a variety of different careers in what is undoubtedly an incredibly competitive jobs market. So where can history lead you in terms of careers? So anywhere from education, business management, legal, business operations, sport and media work, art and design, community and social services, financial, and many, many more. So I want to end with some words about expectations. We expect from you hard work and commitment, and we guarantee you will get the same from us. We want all students to try their best. History is a wordy subject. It's a subject that does require extended writing and that does require reading on your part, but we will support you with that every single step of the way. Those important numbers, the number 3 is the number of exams that you face at the end of year 11. They vary in duration from 75 minutes to 80 or 105 minutes. The final set of numbers are the marks available for the questions on the exam papers. We have a very small number of 4 and 8 mark questions, and the majority of the questions that you face will be 12, 16 or 20 marks. That therefore, as I've already said, does require on your part an ability to write extended answers. As I've said, we support you with that. You'll be working with our structure strips right from the very beginning of year 9, and you will very soon learn the rhythm of a decent GCSE exam response. I hope then many of you will consider history as a potential option at GCSE, but only choose this subject if it's right for you.